8 a.m. Saturday morning and the gates swing open at the Memphis International Raceway. Prep began early as the participants unpacked their prize machines for the start of the ultimate confrontation. As the cars began to roll off the trailers and the NMCA staff and track personnel were busy getting all the numbers right to ensure complete accuracy throughout both days of racing. What kind of classes will we be looking at in Memphis? All the cars must have been designed and made in America, and with the exception of Nostalgia Superstock, must have full exhaust systems. Starting with Pure Stock, each class gets progressively more modified. Pure Stock. This class is closest to the way the factories originally bred these machines, with minor upgrades for safety and performance, including tires, mufflers, electric fuel pumps, and aftermarket ignition. Otherwise, your car must be stock with the engine being of the same family and cubic inch displacement that was available in your year, make, or model. Top Stock. The next step up in terms of modifications. Top Stock allows you to upgrade to any engine from the same family that was originally available in your year, make, or model. You can also use 12-inch soft compound tires or 9.5-inch slicks, headers, and can upgrade the transmission and suspension. Modified production, the fastest of the classic muscle car classes. Any engine is allowed as long as it's of the same manufacturer as the body and has the same number of cylinders as was originally available in your year, make, or model. Any transmission is allowed except Lenco's. Aftermarket fiberglass panels are limited to the hood and hood scoop. The battery may be relocated to the trunk, and 12-inch max DOTs or 10.5-inch slicks may be used. EFI stock appearing. As the name implies, this class is for lightly modified American-made cars which originally came with electronic fuel injection, which generally means late model Mustangs and Buick Grand Nationals. The engine must be within 10 cubic inches of its advertised displacement. All other internal modifications are allowed, as well as upgrading the computer chip. Headers, underdrive pulleys, shift improver kits, transmission coolers are allowed, as well as changing out the torque converters. EFI Modified. Open to all American-made turbocharged 4-cylinder vehicles, as well as the 6-cylinders and 8s. EFI Modified allows changes in the intake, throttle body, mass airflow sensor, super turbocharger, battery location, and suspension. 12-inch DOT or 10.5-inch slicks may also be used. EFI Super Modified. This class is open to any computer-controlled vehicle which fits the EFI modified rules, except that your car can use any combination of nitrous oxide, turbo, or supercharging. There is no cubic inch limit as long as you stick to the same number of cylinders. 14-inch DOTs or 12.5-inch slicks can also be used. Back seat is optional. Nostalgia Superstock. This is a heads-up exhibition race class based on the Superstockers which were campaigned in the early 60s, thus making this the only class which allows open headers. These full-bodied racers must be authentic to the period, either original or as a replica, with a few exceptions allowed based on safety, availability, and durability. The letter classes that make up Pure Stock, Top Stock, and Modified Production, and the engine classes that make up EFI are held on Saturday. The overall eliminator is held Sunday. That way, every contestant has a chance to race twice. Here is an overview of some of those Saturday winners. In A Pure Stock, Don Kazi of Memphis, Tennessee was uncontested in his gorgeous 63 Max Wedge Plymouth Sport Fury. ET was 12.21. B Pure Stock saw Larry Fleming of Franklin, Kentucky red light in his 69 Hemi Roadrunner, giving the win to Donald Ferrer, Jr. of Lamont, Illinois in his 7396 Chevelle. In C Pure Stock, Stan Smith's 69 Hemi Roadrunner from Arlington, Texas got a lucky draw when Jeff Peterson's 69 446-pack Super B red lighted. In D Pure Stock, there was fine big block competition from Steve Vanderwall's 68.5 428 Cobra Jet Mustang and David Fay's 70 455 Stage 1 Buick GS. Steve got the win with a 13.16 ET. GM 455 Power dominated in E-Pure stock when Gary Lunt's 71 W30 Olds 442 came out on top against Mark Walter's 74 Super Duty Trans Am, the last of the classic muscle cars, 13.26 to 13.33. In H-Pure stock, Rod Heltzel of Coppell, Texas, successfully campaigned his 340/70 Dodge Dart against Rick Slowinski's 70s Buick GS wagon, although what Rick's motor is would be anybody's guess. Bill Meisner's 1956 Chrysler 300B, what the NMCA terms a proto-muscle car, was the only contestant in I-Pure stock getting a 17.52. Don't scoff. These cars were originally designed for the top-end power of NASCAR racing. In TB Pure stock, Memphis native Barlow Mann was able to outrun Ken Woodward's 87 Buick Regal T-Type with his own 87 Buick Grand National. TC Pure Stock saw a surprising performance from Joe Reese's 91 Dodge Spirit RT as he got a 14.41 out of his turbocharged 135 four-cylinder against Daniel Lowell's 91 Olds Calais 442. One of the dominant forces in A-Top stock this season, Barry Poole power shifted his 68.5 Cobra Jet Mustang to an 11-second win against Anthony Galea's 68 AMC AMX 390. The B-Top stock final was an extremely close race as Ken Kessling's 427 Nova fought Danny Kellum's 427 Camaro all the way to the end, 11.93 to 11.92. Ken won by virtue of his near-perfect 5:09 reaction time. Shifting from A to C top stock this year, young Kevin Chapman's 69 446-pack Super B easily beat Bob Hinson's 455 powered 67 Pontiac Tempest 11.84 to 12.72. D top stock. The rear end on John McWhirter's 66 W30 Olds 442 locked up on him halfway down the track, giving the win to Jack Nelson's 73 340 Dodge Challenger. Solo in E-Top stock was Galen Rogers' show-ready 400 cubic inch 67 Buick Grand Sport with an impressive 13.01 effort. Also solo was G-Top stocker James Pappas of Carrollton, Tennessee in his 15-second 403 powered 79 Trans Am. A modified production. In a pony car shootout, Kirk Manuel's 440/70 Challenger beat Ed Bendel's 467 powered 67 Camaro 10.43 to 11.38. Former Superstock racer Dick Lowry again dominated B-modified production in his 461 Chevelle by outrunning Gary Turner's 463 powered 72 Olds 442 10.67 to 11.92. C-modified production saw Tim Davis's 71 340 Demon come out on top when Brian Hampton's 71 350 Nova red-lighted. Old and new Mustangs were tangling for the D-modified production title when Michael Gardner's 85 beat Talmadge Abbott's 68. Naturally, it was a pair of 87 Grand Nationals which finished off the stock-appearing six-cylinder class. Pat Kelly's going 12.14 to Luigi Lavino's 12.29. In stock appearing 8-cylinder, Rich Susky's 350 powered 85 Corvette easily fended off Paul Smith's 88 Mustang going 12.55 to Paul's 14.81. In the EFI modified 6-cylinder class, it was once again a pair of Grand Nationals, this time Travis Beckendorf's 86 versus Brian Haas 87. Travis won 11.42 to 11.70.